You wouldn't imagine Japan looking like that, would you? I expect that was a very interesting programme to make, taking the crew to various countries across the world, as did Struggle for Democracy, which is on Monday nights at 10:35. Back to this afternoon now, and our Scott Sports special.
Welcome to Pittodrie Stadium in Aberdeen. A glorious day and in prospect a match which could all but settle the league championship. Good afternoon to you. A win for Rangers will take the Ibrox side within touching distance of that title, but Aberdeen are conceding nothing and they're desperate for those 2 points as well. Let's take a look at the league table, and we find that Rangers are 6 points clear of Aberdeen, 5 points clear of Hearts, and 2 wins for Rangers will give them that championship. Joining me this afternoon to analyse the match is the former St Mirren, Leeds, Manchester United and Scotland centre-half, also the ex-Airdrie manager and now a coach at Love Street, Gordon McQueen. Welcome to you. Did we get everything in there?
Just about, I think.
Hugely important game here today, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so for both teams, and particularly Aberdeen, because it's win or bust for Aberdeen today. Even if Aberdeen do succeed today, I still think they've left themselves too much to do to win the championship.
But obviously a lot of pride at stake for them. They love to beat Rangers here, don't they?
Oh, certainly, and they beat them the last time they played the Blade here, and obviously they're playing for, even if things don't go well for Aberdeen today, they're playing for places in the Cup final. I mean, they've had a good season so far, Skol Cup final and a possible Scottish Cup final coming up if they can get past Dundee United. But I think, as I say, I think they've left themselves just a little bit too much to do, 6 points behind Rangers.
Are Rangers back on form, do you think? Did the 3-0 win against Celtic last week signal that everything's OK at Ibrox again?
Well, I think so. Obviously, previous to that, they stuttered a bit, but I mean, they were very, very impressive last week. I mean, their midfield in particular swamped all over the top of Celtic, and then they get great service up to people like Walters, McCoy and Johnson. And if they do that today, you give these boys good service and they'll cause you trouble.
Why do you reckon Aberdeen have fallen so far behind? Do they lack a killer touch, do you think?
It's very difficult to say. Obviously, they've had injuries. Snelders and Willie Miller won't help things, although they've got capable replacements and people like Brian Evan and Bobby Minns. I think Bobby Minns has only lost 1 game since he's been here and played 8 matches, so he's certainly not been a failure. But obviously, influential people like that hasn't helped Aberdeen's cause.
We hope to be speaking to Jim Bett shortly. He is someone who, clearly, if he's on form and he fancies it today, can have a good go at running the game.
Oh, Jim Bett can't have players, and Graham Souness will testify. I think he tried to get him to Ibrox not so long ago. And he's obviously been an influential player for Aberdeen and Scotland, as he's proved in Scotland's World Cup qualifying games, and he'll be a very, very important player for Scotland when we get to Italy. And then he's certainly somebody that could turn the game in Aberdeen's favour today. Exciting
prospect too, the 2 strike forces, McCoy, Johnston, Halehouse and Nicholas.
Yeah, very much so. Certainly a lot at stake for people like Hans Halehouse and Charlie Nicholas. I think Ali McCoy and Mo Johnson are almost guaranteed to be going to Italy, but they'll be. Charlie's just about in the fringe of things just now, and this would help his cause today if it's a big live game, big game against Rangers. If he had to do something today, and Hans Halehouse as well, he's looking to get into the Dutch World Cup squad. But with strikers like that, all depends. If the midfield can give them service, they'll cause defences any problems.
OK, we'll speak more to you shortly. There was never any doubt that this game was going to be another Pittodrie sellout. Aberdeen Rangers is always an attractive proposition for the fans, and that certainly applies to this one today. Reporter Jim Delahunt has been speaking to both sets of supporters.
Aberdeen still playing for the championship or just for pride today?
Well, not sure. It could be. Could be lucky.
You think they can beat Rangers this afternoon?
Aye, I think so.
What about yourself? What about a prediction from you?
Confident, I think Aberdeen will probably win about 2-1, but the league's lost anyway.
So you're conceding the league?
We'll win a cup, OK.
What about you? The league and the cup, or just the cup now?
The cup, I would say certainty, but the league with outside chance, maybe.
So a championship party today?
Yeah, we've got tickets for Motherwell next week, so if we win the day, that's us next week, we're off.
So what do you fancy for a scoreline?
3-0 to Rangers, same as last week, no problem.
That sounds a bit ambitious.
It's Aberdeen, we're playing. Easily.
Hans Gilhouse, no problem.
Well,
Big Terry will have him in his pocket.
Aberdeen looking good. They certainly fancy their chances today. You honestly can't expect a 3-0 victory.
Aberdeen's too far behind us in the league to come back now.
Rangers had a bad run. Had a bad run. We're on a good run now. Beat Celtic 3-0 last week. And last time we came here, we lost 1-0. We were at that game as well. and we should have won that game. As soon as says we played great football.
Those were the pre-match thoughts of some of the fans enjoying the Aberdeen weather. But what about the most important people, the players, of course, who will start doing their stuff at 3 o'clock this afternoon. The Rangers players have been out getting used to the Aberdeen pitch, which is certainly looking pretty hard. And what about the Aberdeen players? They certainly don't need to go walkabout. They know this playing surface all too well. Jim Dillahunt has been downstairs and he's been speaking to Jim Betts.
Jim, Aberdeen players looking forward to this afternoon?
I would think so. I mean, the games this season have been very good for both teams, and it's 2 each so far. So everybody's looking forward to a good game today.
I think a lot of people hoped that this would be a championship decider. Do you still have any faint hopes at all?
Well, I think so. I think you've got to keep playing away just now. Obviously, Rangers are 6 points clear, but we've got a lot to play for. We've got a cup semi-final next week, so we've got to have a good win today and hopefully go on next week.
Must have been disappointing, though, for you dropping the point against Dundee last week.
It was very much so, because I think in the second half especially we had a lot of the game, you know, and we just couldn't score. So as I said, we've got to put a good performance on today for the Dundee United game.
Good luck, Jim. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
We'll take a short break there. Coming up, the thoughts of Aberdeen manager Alex Smith. Commentator Jock Brown chats with the man who'll be sitting alongside him this afternoon. That's Ian St John. And the best of Aberdeen and Rangers in action. Join us again in a couple of minutes.